About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Jefferson. Here's Verejao. Mozgov with the bucket.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of
really at both ends of the floor.
And the rejection by Smith. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
Barbosa for three. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Cavaliers ball.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Dellavedova kicks to Jefferson. The feed to Verejao. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
That's his second personal.
And for Verejao, his wild hair and frenetic style long ago earned him the nickname Wild Thing. I mean, diving for loose balls, taking charges, but that energy and enthusiasm may be unsurpassed really by any other player in our league.
The first one falls. Well, Greg, you're talking about Verejao. He may play wild, but his production has backed it up. A few years ago, he averaged, Clark, over 14 rebounds a game.
Yeah, and I don't think he plays that wild. I think he just looks wild. That hair flying all over the place, and he's giving up his body. I don't know if he's necessarily a wild player as much as he just looks and appears to be everywhere at all times.
And so Verejao hits them both.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
This is how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
Turnovers weren't a story for them early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Dellavedova. Good.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort over.
It hasn't affected them too much.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yes, even for him, that's out of his range. Textbook execution of the fast break for the transition bucket.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Love's checked in. Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence, Clark, his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Now here is Verejao over to the wing. Dellavedova, the pass to Verejao. To the right side. Here's Dellavedova. Verejao. And another shot. Rush grabs the miss.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. And for Smith and his confidence, last year even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability.
Kicks to Azili. Barbosa dishes to Livingston. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel, 0 points, nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
And not sure if I can agree with J.R. Smith's assessment that he'll be one of the greatest shooters of all time, but He's pretty deep into his career at this point. Maybe he's hoping for a Kyle Korver type of career after 30 years of age.
Barbosa kicks to Rush. The three, and Jefferson sends it back, and he recovers it. Rush's shot is off.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Varejao can't hit. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
Yeah, defensively, some really good pressure being applied, though, so you've got to give credit there. It seems like they've been rattled a little bit.
Greg, you think they've been rattled?
They have, Kevin, but that's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Smith, the pass to Varejao. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. 8 points for Anderson Varejao.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Smith. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The dish to Azili. Some nice passing by Golden State. Livingston, no luck. And here's Cleveland. This run now up to 22 points to 2. Here's Dellavedova. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, you guys had a tremendous second half. What were the things that had to happen?
Scoring, and we're efficient on both ends. We usually end up winning the game, and like you said, the second half was big for us tonight.
It takes 5 guys to win it in the NBA. Kevin, thanks for your time. Back to the table.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, J.R. Smith. Kenny, your thoughts?
He put on such a well-rounded display offensively.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Our game tonight featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the Golden State Warriors. And for Gold...
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys.
Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. The fans are making noise here inside the Oracle Arena for their Warriors. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving in at the 1. Cleveland with the ball.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed? No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Irving drives in. Knocks down the step-back J.
You know, a good job by the defender of not getting fooled by the step back, but he still got the shot to fall.
And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Guys, I was able to talk with David Blatt for a minute. He talked about the impact of opposing big man Andrew Bogut, saying there just aren't that many 7-footers with his kind of game. A great interior defender first and foremost. We can't get tunnel vision when we attack the rim. He's got size and strength, and we can't allow him to bully us for offensive rebounds. Let's see if they can keep Bogut from having a big game, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris. Good. Bogut's got his first points of the night.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Irving with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. And it's James missing.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
And, you know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons.
Well, going back to Bogut when he's healthy, he's a very difficult matchup for any opponent. Greg, one of the great rebounders and defenders certainly in this game now. He also, though, gives you points from the blocks and with timely putbacks.
You know, he's become an unsung hero in a sense. Not the flashy guy who entered the league, but more of a very talented lunch pail kind of guy who simply wants to do his part.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. The #1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. Great expectations, Greg, for the big Aussie coming in.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal rebounder and rim protector. He's got that high basketball IQ from a defensive standpoint. You know, and on offense, he averaged over 20 points a game in college. He's an instinctive passer, just not much more you could ask for.
Curry kicks to Green. The tray, and it's sent back by Irving. They get it back, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in.
You know, going back to Bogut's fanfare entering the league, was third in Rookie of the Year balloting. Then he went on to have some solid, if unspectacular, years, though his shot blocking and defense were always strong.
Well, wide open look for Love. Offensive rebound. Here's Curry with the 3. Curry with another miss.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down the shot like that against that kind of defense.
Now here's Love. Mozgov dishes to James. Traps in the tray. James has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And guys, one thing people often forget to mention about Bogut, his passing. What sets him apart as a big man is his court vision. And whether it's from the high post, low post, he can create opportunities for his teammates.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Now here's LeBron. On the wing, Irving. He kicks it to Mozgov. And it's sent back by Bogut. Irving against Curry. Pass to Bogut. Back to Curry. Lets it go from deep. And again, no good by Golden State.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
No one near James as he lets it go. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here they go. And Iguodala with the basket, the assist by Green.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
LeBron with it. Picked up by Thompson. Irving with a clean look. Once again.
He applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins. And also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
Some changes for Golden State. Spates comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Then for the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson comes in for Mozgov. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Shumpert. They get it again. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And for Kerr, so much was made of how much pressure he had to face to get the Warriors to improve. Inheriting that team from Mark Jackson. Greg, that was a good point. See, he passed that test, though, Clark, I think, with flying colors.
Well, first time that a rookie head coach has won a title since the NBA's inception. I think that says it all right there.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Festus Ezeli comes in for Green. And it's Barbosa in for Thompson. Cleveland also making some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. And Mo Williams subbed in for Kyrie Irving. There's a screen by Williams. The three from LeBron. It's rebounded by Livingston.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Iguodala, that's good. Cleveland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Feeds to Varejao. In the corner, it's James. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2 for 6 start.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Golden State moving it around. Here's Ezeli. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Smith, no luck.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Livingston uses the glass to finish the layup.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Nice work inside. They recognized the mismatch and made them pay.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. For 3, Barbosa. It's rebounded by Cleveland. James with it. He has 5. The screen from Thompson. James, the pass to Williams. And the 3 off target. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers lead by 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And Cavs head coach David Blatt beginning his NBA career after a long and illustrious career coaching over in Europe. He talked about the difference coaching abroad. And Blatt, one of the most successful American coaches in European basketball history, Clark, and he's done a great job in his first season with the Cavaliers in the NBA, but nothing you get overseas certainly can compare to this.
And, you know, that's why, Kevin, people always talk about it in terms of being a marathon and not a sprint. There's nothing that compares to the NBA grind. Nothing is comparable to it.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes in at small forward. Kyrie Irving, an explosive scorer. We all know that. His rate of assists continually dropping over his NBA career. And Greg, does he need to be
playing with LeBron James, one of the best playmakers in the league? It's a good fit, I think, at this stage of his career, because right now they need him to score the basketball while he continues to improve his point guard skills.
Thompson sets the pick for Irving. It's tipped. It's stolen by Green. Barnes kicks to Curry. Nice pass. Run into the rack perfectly for the layup. Curry's got 4 this quarter. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Cavaliers. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though, and I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up in Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. His message to them was all about getting high percentage shots and having the crisp ball movement on the perimeter that it takes to get those shots. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. So, Kevin, changes already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Thanks again, Doris. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, teams first. Warriors call to win.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious. And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Warriors trail by 3. And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact. They've been strong on the board. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says, but still anybody's game.
Thompson for the triple. Offensive rebound. Green dishes to Bogut. Fader on the way. No luck. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Pass to Dellavedova. To the middle. And there's Mozgov. That's good on the assist from Dellavedova. Mozgov's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Warriors trailing. Green passes to Curry. Fires it up. Can't hit. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. And some changes here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes, and it's Livingston in for Curry. Cleveland also making some changes. James checked in for Love. Smith comes in for Richard Jefferson. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Matthew Dellavedova.
And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
And the first one drops.
And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Bazili's checked in for Draymond Green. And it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. Shumpert in the corner. Beyond the arc. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Shumpert's got 5 points so far.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
And the Warriors miss again. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 16-7 run. Shoots the three. That one goes. Count it. And now a 12-point Cleveland lead.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter after only making 40% from the field in the first.
Barbosa. And he overshot that one, missing.
Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics.
Can't cash in from close. Cleveland leading by 12. Here's Irving. And again, it's Cleveland. Now a timeout called by Golden State. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
And those mid-season trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Yeah, and, you know, they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Anderson Varejao. And so Ezeli nails both of them. And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back, late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws, a testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the half. James kicks to Smith. Unloads from 13. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And the Cavaliers lead by 16. The Warriors shooting just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. Here's Spates. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Clearly a mental lapse and at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time. But it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
Shumpert against Barbosa. And Shumpert kicks to James. 2 on the clock. And he goes in for the dunk.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
And in my opinion, you get extra bonus points, extra eye of the beholder points when you...
And through one half, it...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. The largest lead for... And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get...
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
That was a good quarter for Shumpert. He has 8 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
On the court for Cleveland. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. And it's Irving in at the point guard. Here's Love. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Oh, that's right on the money. They've generated a lot of easy opportunities on the inside.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Irving kicks to Mozgov. That's good. Mozgov's got 8.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Irving with the steal. And he finishes the break with a lay-in. He's got 8.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Here's Bogut. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. And that one's good. Barnes.
Cavaliers timeout.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. A nice bounce back here for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
I tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
The Cavaliers leading by 19 points. Irving dishes to Love. Unloads from 13. It's hauled in by Bogut.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Barnes. Mozgov grabs the board.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
Check out the game from Mozgov. He has 8 points and a pretty good rebounding performance from him also.
And Clark, he's been terrific in terms of his positioning and boxing out very well also, just battling hard on every possession.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he hit 72% of his foul shots a season ago, but I'm not sure he's real thrilled with those numbers.
Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Cavs were very strong against the West. 18-12 record for them overall, second only to the Hawks in the East.
And they really turned it on against the West from mid-January on. How about going 14-1 in the West in their last 15 matchups, and that included a 10-game win streak against the West. And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Kicks it out to LeBron. No good on the three. Warriors trail by 21. 11 feet away. Kyrie Irving, second half. He dishes it to Love. Here's James. That's short off the rim.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Here's Curry with the three. Another miss by Curry.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And Shumpert kicks to Irving. Mozgov sets a screen for Irving. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Thompson passes to Bogut and stolen by Love. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. Fades. That one off the back iron and out.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
The Cavaliers leading by 19. Outside Irving. Sinks the triple. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Here's Curry. And he can't bank that one in. Cavaliers shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. James kicks to Irving. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 3 assists now in this one.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
And you just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
Timeout called the Warriors. And you just look at LeBron, Clark, in a historical context. Last season, he became the first player since Bill Russell and his Celtics to make it to the NBA Finals 5 consecutive years.
Boy, I tell you what, this says even more about LeBron, that whenever he leaves a team, they miss the playoffs. And no matter what team he's on, they're favorites to win their conference.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
And both free throws good for Spates. The Cavaliers leading by 23. The screen from Thompson. Williams, that's good.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Passes to Thompson. The 11-footer. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Thompson's got 6.
Wow, beautiful feed from Mo Williams.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Azili's checked in for Golden State. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Here is Livingston. He's guarded by Williams. Spates against Verjao. Here's Ezeli. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And here are the Cavaliers now. Outside Williams. Again, the miss by Williams.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Farajao setting the pick for James, and he gets the bucket. LeBron's got 9 points.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Smith kicks to LeBron, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third. Outside Williams. Kicks to Smith. Off the screen. Can't get it to go.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Cavaliers on top, just dominating this one. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Barbosa is out there with Livingston. Then it's Rush. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Ezeli in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Warriors' 5.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Barbosa for 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, it's been really sloppy out there.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Pulls it up. Another shot. No good from Spates.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
That's a 2 from Dellavedova. Gets an open look and hits.
Dellavedova.
All right, let's go.
Warriors have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Here's Barbosa, the offensive rebound. Ezeli dishes to Livingston. And again, no good by Golden State. The Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 on field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And now one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom and total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
First free throw is good. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
McAdoo is checked in for Golden State. Curry comes in for Sean Livingston.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Another miss by Curry.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
Can't get the heave to fall.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner.
Mozgov with the bucket.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history.
It's stolen by Curry. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Shot to stop the drought. Another miss by Curry.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
And it's Dellavedova missing. Warriors shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. Curry with it. Now defended by Mozgov, and they get it back from the arc. Curry with another miss.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter.
Outside Williams. Takes a three. Rebounded by McAdoo. They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
And the foul called on the Golden State Warriors.
That's his first personal foul.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. And Cleveland also making a change. Smith checked in for Mo Williams. Picked by Mozgov. And it's Smith, top of the key. Fires from 18. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Azili's got his third rebound on the night. Iguodala, the pass to McAdoo. Back to Iguodala. Rebound by Anderson Varejao. Varejau's got rebound number 5 here tonight. 1:35 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Mozgov. The shot misses. And Golden State will go the other way with it.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Cavaliers.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Irving. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Thompson's checked in. 1:10 left to play in the final quarter. The Cavaliers have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Off the screen, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Maurice Spates did not like that.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he ripped it down.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Inside, here's Smith. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve. Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
The pass to Varejao. Lots of room. Hit some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight, but we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and They just took care of business.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with J.R. Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.